In today's video, we're going to be addressing the types of addiction treatment centers and mental health centers, the cost of treatment, as well as how to choose the right rehab. So, first thing is what are the types of centers? So, you've got mental health and addiction, and then a lot of the times dual diagnosis. So, not always, but a lot of the time, a person who is experiencing mental health issues is looking to self medicate to try to balance out to just feel normal. So a lot of the times, dual diagnosis, we have a dual diagnosis center where we're able to address the addiction part to find out what's going on. And then if it's a brain chemistry issue, we have a team that's able to help with medication management, different things to help. Let me put it to you this way. One of the best ways I heard it described is if my brain chemistry is off, it's like playing a soccer game with only one leg. It makes it very difficult. Yeah, I can get out and play. I can run around, but it's going to be difficult. Once we address the mental health aspect, once we can get the brain chemistry stable, now it's like adding that second leg, which means if you suck at soccer, you got to get better. But at least you have all the tools and resources to begin to get better at this game we call life or recovery. So hopefully that analogy is not too crazy, but it makes sense as far as looking at the mental health aspect in correlation with the addiction, and then the types of different treatment centers that are either purely mental health, purely addiction, or dual diagnosis that address both. Next is the cost of addiction treatment. So this is the part that's so difficult is doctors, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, all these people, they've studied their entire life, so they have to charge to make money. So, yes, treatment costs money. I'm always surprised how many times I used to be on the phones years ago and people would ask, wait, it costs money? Yes, it does. So, what is the cost? Well, first of all, insurance typically will cover, if not all, most of it. But you want to look at the place that you're looking at. What I mean by that is a lot of people I will see will try to cut corners or try to get the cheapest treatment possible. And I am a huge advocate of you do get what you pay for. So if a person's saying, I just want to not pay for anything, there are some county funded places. Some are great. I haven't been through county funded places myself. I have been doing this for several decades, and I can say this that if you are ready and you want a place, I know for me and my family, I want to get the best level of treatment, a place that has been around for decades and decades that has a wonderful track record. So, what is the cost of treatment? Well, the actual physical cost could be insurance covers it or out of pocket, and it's case by case. I've seen everything from Medi-Cal, Medicare, zero out of pocket to there's some in Northern California that are gosh, hundreds of thousands of dollars and everything in between. So really the biggest thing to look for is what are your needs? What is their track record? How long have they been around? And then you can make that decision from there. And then last but not least is how to choose the right center. Well, one of the things I like doing, and it's why we engage and we have a podcast, we have all these social follow-ups of how does it work? And it's a loaded question, so I'm gonna give you a loaded answer. Hopefully this will help. Stick with me. What is the track record? Now, some people will say, well, what is it just from a statistic standpoint? What is the number? And it's a loaded question, so here's a loaded answer. For those that don't do the work, 0%. For those that do the work, 100%. What I've found in doing this for multiple decades now is those that continue to do the daily work get better and better and better at living this recovery lifestyle. It doesn't mean that that life doesn't get difficult. It doesn't mean that they might not have a bump here and there. But what it does mean is as I learn to love myself, as I have the tools, the trainings, the education, the resources to learn how to navigate through mental health or addiction, I start to take better care of myself. And an organic byproduct is I want to start sedating less. So what is the right center for you? I would personally, I'd call three or four and ask whatever questions you have and see which one feels right. I'm really big on feelings. And if it just doesn't feel right, I would encourage you, don't go. If it does feel right, and this isn't just for one person, you can have the family involved too. Interview, talk to some people, ask questions. What I would hate to see is you refrain from asking the questions that you truly want to know because you're either afraid of offending someone or maybe not looking like you're asking the right questions. This is life or death. So in order to make sure that you're choosing the right center, ask those questions regardless of how tough they are. Hopefully that helps.